Good morning. I'm Dr. Paul Hatherley, and I'm the director for the Center of Mental and Emotional Development here in Logan, Utah. And this morning, I am going to present another video in the series introducing the mental and emotional development necessary to create purpose, meaning, and fulfillment in our ordinary everyday lives. Normally, we never define these words. When I looked at my parents as a small child, I could see that they cared about security and survival, fitting in and belonging, following the rules, being good people, and they never once considered that they needed to learn something to understand how to make their lives not just pleasant and safe, but also purposeful, with meaning and fulfillment. They never questioned any of those three things. So one consequence was they never did learn about themselves. How to be a competent parent or a satisfying mate, or what their mental and emotional needs and potentials were as human beings. That wasn't on the menu. So one of the consequences was that they didn't know how to give, grow, and share in a relationship with each other. So their relationship didn't expand over time, it contracted. They didn't see any need to learn about how to raise children with emotional safety and self-worth. It was just assumed that if they took care of the external, food, clothing, and shelter, sent the kids to school, and did their best day by day, that was all that was needed. And that was the most that could be done. So they didn't understand anything about their own mental and emotional needs and potentials, so fulfillment wasn't possible. And over the years, they weren't able to take care of each other or themselves, or fulfill themselves, or raise their children. We raised ourselves, and that's what most kids do. Generally, like my parents, they thought their job was to teach the child right from wrong, good from bad, provide for their external needs, and everything else would take care of itself. For themselves, they just wanted to feel like their lives were safe and financially secure, and they didn't want a lot. They just wanted to, like many blue-collar people, they just wanted decent lives. And that's what they got. But it wasn't on the menu to learn about how to be a competent parent or a satisfying mate or a fulfilled human being. Just wasn't there. And what I saw as a child was as people progress through life, what I call the four basic mental and emotional needs, learning how to define love and express it, learning how to see the truth and separate it from falseness, learning how to experience and love beauty as well as create it, and learning how to develop wisdom, was nowhere in their minds. And it isn't really in the mind of our culture or in the mind of human beings. Never has been. From the beginning of civilization, we've been concerned about survival and security, not purpose, meaning, and fulfillment. That's brand new. Now we still react like young soldiers who are willing to die for their country. Well, they're not really dying or fighting for their country. They're doing it because they intuitively feel a need for purpose. And it gives their life meaning to feel that they have a purpose larger than themselves, so loving their country is held out as a purpose that would give their life meaning. So we have always been hungry as a species for purpose, meaning, and fulfillment, but we've never had a definition of any of the three that was clear and connected to our own potentials and needs as human beings. So I saw this hole in our human awareness and tried to fill it by defining what are mental and emotional needs, what are mental and emotional potentials for human beings in a universal, objective, clearly defined manner that we could use to actually understand how to create purpose, meaning, and fulfillment, as well as security and survival and pleasant distractions. So in the CMed education, we have 4 ways to learn. Books are the foundation, 4 books. They're called Tier 1. They're on my website. There are videos also on the website. And individual consultations and Zoom classes. These 4 ways of learning each provide information that leads to acquiring skills necessary to first understand and then master our internal need to express love, pursue truth, experience and create beauty and develop wisdom, as well as our external need to provide security, survival, and pleasant distractions or entertainment. So today, perhaps you can begin to think about your own life. What has been the purpose that has propelled you through a lifespan? Has it been conscious? Has it led to meaning and fulfillment? Or have you been more normal and just wanted survival, security, and entertainment to fulfill you? And what's the outcome? I've seen many people go through their lifespans with the purpose of getting survival, security, and entertainment under control. And when they get to the end, they're confused because there's an emptiness about it all. Because in the end, we all have to die, and no one knows what happens after. Now, human beings have always had beliefs, but in fact, no one has ever known, and we can't know. That's not something we can explore. We can only believe or feel, and we can be very sincere and absolutely certain in our beliefs and feelings, but the fact is, beliefs and feelings are different from facts. One of the processes in growing into being human and relaxed and content and complete is being able to separate facts from feelings. Doesn't mean we throw out our feelings. We just separate them from the facts. And we begin to see part of wisdom, for instance, is seeing what in fact is true and what we feel or believe. And in that process, we see the limit of what we can know for certain. And in accepting uncertainty, then we accept one of the basic facts of human life. certain things we can understand and certain things we can't. So we work to understand the things we can. We have feelings and beliefs about the things we can't understand. We've been doing that from the beginning of our civilization and before. And we're content to define everything that is factual and feed and fulfill our needs and potentials. And we explore the mysteries of being alive. We develop wisdom. Wisdom is learning how to see the patterns that define us. What patterns are life-affirming? What patterns are destructive? And then consciously choose the life-affirming patterns. That's one aspect of developing wisdom. In normal life, we never even see our patterns. We just repeat them. So today, maybe you can begin to look at purpose, meaning, and fulfillment in your own existence. See what your purposes have been. See what the purposes of your family members, friends, people who you see in movies, and see to what degree people create meaning and fulfillment, and to what degree they eventually become confused, frustrated, and feel there's a certain emptiness to their life that they don't understand, didn't expect, and feel more than a little bit overwhelmed by. And then you start exploring for your own self in the information provided by CMed Education, as well as your own experience, books you read, movies you see, and for yourself, begin to define the three words, purpose, meaning, and fulfillment, and think about what you would like and what you need to be complete and content as a person, as a mate, as a parent, as someone who interacts with other people, and in being human has a responsibility to understand and nurture nature, as well as yourself, other people, and even the entire species. Well, this is one more video on purpose, meaning, and fulfillment, and understanding your own human needs and potentials. Until next time, take care.